We're tracking new developments in Russia's war on Ukraine this morning. The Kremlin is threatening to take a harder stand in peace talks after accusing Ukraine of targeting Russian President Vladimir Putin with a drone strike. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky is rejecting the Russian claim. He calls the allegation that Ukraine tried to carry out a drone strike on one of Putin's residences as, quote, typical Russian lies. The Kremlin leveled the accusation the day after the Ukrainian leader spoke about making good progress on a peace deal in his meeting with Trump. Bogdan Nahilo is the editor of the Kyiv Post. He calls the Kremlin's claim a stalling tactic.
Moscow's under pressure. It's seeing that there is some movement towards peace settlement, at least on the western side, a kind of, shall we say, cohesion in the Ukrainian, American and broader coalition of the willing. And that's putting Russia in a difficult place. So they have to, invent something to allow Trump to stall yet again and say, well, we're going to need another few weeks now, etc. The point is that Moscow has not substantiated its claims. Secondly, to anybody who follows Russian affairs, Putin has several residences. That's not one of his main residences. And thirdly, it's very cynical to say that there were drones in the vicinity of one of his settlements, if they were, after such a heavy bombardment of Kyiv and other Ukrainian cities on the very eve of the peace talks in Florida. So, it's cynicism and disinformation all in one.
Mm-hmm. Well, and you mentioned the peace talks in Florida. We know, of course, that Zelensky and Trump have met, and Trump has talked to now Putin 2 times at least about all this. And Trump and Zelensky, anyways, are saying that they are closer than ever before to a deal. Yet, of course, Putin would have to sign on to all of this. How hopeful are Ukrainians that this could actually be the end to the fighting and a peace settlement could be reached?
They're hopeful for the longer term, but nobody expects peace to suddenly emerge in the next weeks, shall we say, because Putin has made it very clear in the last days, just before the meeting with Trump and Zelensky in Florida, he came out with a very strong statement saying if we don't get historical lands back, we will continue the fight. There was no semblance of wanting peace, of negotiations. It was all or nothing. Give it to us.
And that was Bogdan Nahilo, editor of the Kyiv Post. And in another development this morning, Ukraine's Navy says Russian forces targeted 2 Panamanian-flagged cargo ships at a Ukrainian port on the Black Sea.